being confident is one thing and being overconfident is another. Whenever you're trading, it's always good to have confidence, but when that confidence turns into overconfidence, then that's when we have a problem. That's when the trouble starts. Then that's where there's what is it, trouble in paradise, whatever in paradise, right? It's mayhem in paradise, right? So always be confident in your trading style or strategy or whatever it is that you are doing, right? But don't be overconfident, right? I'm sorry if I'm not that audible. It's actually because it's so windy, right? And I don't have a mic yet, right? If you want me to buy a mic, then subscribe and like the video. Then I can get some money to buy a mic and a camera. And the camera also, I want a camera so that I can be able to talk to you, right? So what was I saying, right? I've got a flu, right? So maybe my voice projection isn't top notch, right? So what was I saying, right? Why do we need confidence, right? So I'm going to explain to you why you need confidence in order to make money when trading forex, right? And I'm also going to explain why when that confidence turns into overconfidence, then that's when trouble starts, that you start losing money, right? So yeah, I'm just taking a walk, and this walk turned out to be quite longer than I thought, right? So yeah, I'm just recording some topics that I had in mind, right? So why do we need confidence in order to make money when trading, right? So the first thing is this, right? When you are not confident in your trading strategy or your trading style, right, you leave setups, right? So there's a setup that you are seeing, right, and you just think to yourself, maybe I didn't analyze enough, maybe it's not quite enough. You just think there's this belief that it's not enough, whatever you did is not enough. You are looking down on yourself, right? And most of the times that strategy works, that setup goes, right? But you didn't take an entry, right? So you've lost an opportunity to make a few more bucks, right? And you just let it go because you were not sure, you're not confident in your setup, in your trade, right? In your strategy, right? And what usually happens is that after letting that go, right, the next setup, right, you might just enter because whatever I'm seeing works, and I lost money. I didn't get an opportunity to make money on that trade because I thought it wasn't ready yet, or even on that same setup, right, you see an opportunity to enter, right, all your criteria has been met, right, and you just don't take, my hand was tired, okay, and you don't take that trade at that exact point, right? And when this trade candlesticks start moving, right, and you now realize, I should have entered, right, and you enter then, right? Imagine entering a trade that has already moved 20 pips above your original entry point, right? And now what this means is that your stop loss is a lot larger, right? And your stop loss is a lot larger. And usually if it reverses, right, you lose even more. You even lose confidence in your strategy. Even though it works, you are the one who delayed, but you still blame it on your strategy, though you are the one who did not though you are the one who let the setup move in the first place without taking action, right? So yeah, taking action is another thing, right? And I talked about that in my previous video on the same walk, right? But you should always be confident in your strategy, in your setup whenever you're trading, right? And having confidence, it allows you to start, right? So you believe in yourself, right? And you know that whatever you are going to be doing works, right? So it gives you an edge, right? You'll be able to start practicing what you have been learning, right? So if you are confident enough that your strategy works or that, right, it's better to actually start taking positions, start trading, right, and take action, right? Because if you don't take action, right, yeah, the other end is making action, right? So if you start taking action, it also aids you so that you'll be able to start seeing what works, what doesn't. You'll be able to improve on yourself, right? So always be confident, right? And always follow what you believe in, what you see works for you, right? Don't follow you think works for others, right? Always be confident in your own setup, right? Usually I say some people who are in like WhatsApp groups or whatever, right? You've got your own setup, right? And you see that maybe Boom 500 is supposed to say when it goes to reaches this area or whatever, and then you just follow. You just know that this person, usually, or maybe just believe that they know the market more than you, they are correct more than you. You don't believe in yourself that much, right? You don't have confidence in yourself, right? And they tell you to sell at that point, right? Even though you are in your mind, you know that this setup has to reach this certain level, it still has room to spike more or to go in the opposite direction. You just enter because you don't have confidence in yourself, right? You just following this other person's hunch or whatever. He's also following his hunch. He's confident what he's confident in, but you just enter following that person, right? So what usually happens is that you might lose, right? And it follows exactly what you had predicted in the first place. But because you are not confident in yourself, you just let that opportunity go. And so always be confident in yourself. And so at what point does confidence become overconfidence and start losing your money, right? So when you reach a certain stage, right, when you are overconfident now, you say that the market has to, so like you're not saying the market has to reach this point in order to start selling, right? Though you're saying that the market is, so like the candlesticks are giving you a confirmation, or the candlestick patterns are showing you that the market wants to react now, or the market wants to do this now, but because of your knowledge or whatever, you think that you are the guru, you are the holy grail, you think that the market always listens to you, right? And you just, maybe you're in a trade, you see that the market is reversing, giving you signs of reversal, but you think that you are the god of trading, right? And you just hold saying that the market has to follow this exact the path that I have set for it, something like that. So that's so like my mentality. That's when you start facing trouble, because you now see winning positions, right? The trades that you were in profit, you now see them start reversing, right? So whatever I'm telling you is through experience, right? Usually I also have that, so like same mentality, right? Just saying that maybe the market is just consolidating, it's not yet reversing. I'm in a trade, right? I'm in a trade and a little bit profit, and then the market starts ranging or something. Then I see that maybe the market wants to reverse, but I just say no, it's just a consolidation so that the market can get momentum to go further. Guys, if you see what the market is telling you, always take it to be the correct direction that the market wants to do. It knows what it wants to do, so you don't have to teach it what to do. You don't have to teach the market what to do. It knows what it has to do, right? It does what it wants, when it wants, wherever it wants, with whoever it wants, right? So it doesn't care about who you are or your confidence or whatever, right? Don't be overconfident. Always listen to the market, right? Always listen to what it has to say, what it is doing, right? So that's one thing, right? And another thing, if you become overconfident, that's when you start over leveraging your account. So like you start hedging and start pumping on those lot sizes, right? So don't do that also, right? Why? Because you think that the market is going to sell here, and maybe you are correct. Most of the times maybe you might be correct, but you might get away with it most of the times. But when you lose, guys, you lose the whole account, right? So always always follow the rules that you have set for yourself. If you enter only using such and such a lot size on a account size that is such and such, right? If it's $100 account, if you enter only using 50 cents maximum lot size, then don't overdo it, because you are so like overconfident. You have such confidence in that setup that you think that it has to follow that same path, right? So always know what to do, when to do it, right? Be confident, but don't be overconfident. Always listen to the market, right? And I didn't say don't listen to other people's views. Of course, listen to other people's views, but don't override what you are seeing just to please someone else, right? You are also correct. You are also analyzing. You are also seeing, right? And if it has been working for you in the past, don't let that go for anyone else, right? So yeah, don't be overconfident in yourselves, right? Yeah, thank you for having this walk with me. I've had quite a good time. It's like being able to refresh my mind of the things that I've been thinking about, right? So I thought I was hearing a car. I might get robbed. So you are witnesses. Remember that you are witnesses. when I get robbed or kidnapped. So you are my witnesses. Okay, so remember, you are the bridge between where you currently are and where you want to be. So do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Peace.